Hey guys, hello. Let's see. There we go. I'm going to invite some of my special friends to watch so that, because this is for them. So bear with me. I have a list, so hold on. Okay, and like I said, bear with me. Okay. Hi, happy Saturday. I sent out some samples and I had some questions. So I'm just going to hop on and do a foundation video demo for those. Y'all, I need a haircut. I need a haircut so bad. Like, I don't know what to do with all of this. So, Robbie, if you're watching, I'll see you Thursday. Okay, let's talk about our foundation. The foundation here at Limelight is a little bit different than what you're used to using. Okay? It's not a little bit, it's a whole lot different. Okay? Our Botanical Foundation comes in a little compact like this. This is mine. This is my shade, Shinto 1. It is a waxed-based foundation, guys. Okay? So, a little bit goes a long way. And so you're thinking about wax, and you're thinking about how when a wax heats up, it spreads. So, whenever you start to use this, remember, the little bit goes a long way, and the more that it heats up on your body, the further it's going to spread, okay? And we don't want it to cake up and be heavy, so it's always good to start with a little bit and work your way up to the coverage that you want without having the cakiness. So, our foundation is also 50% pigmentation. So, let me compare that and give you a little bit of comparison. A lot of your department store brand foundations are 18 to 23% pigmentation. So, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. Our foundations here, this will last me a good 6 to 8 months. And it's a fabulous coverage. Fabulous. Okay, so there's 3 different ways that you can apply. There's several different ways you can apply the foundation, but I'm just going to talk about the main 3 ways that we have here. One is with a normal foundation brush. Y'all have seen one of these before, right? Personally, I've never put this foundation on with one of these flat brushes, but you would dab it in, you would get a little bit of amount on here, and you would just kind of dab like this. You don't want to swipe because it's going to streak and smear because it has to heat up on the skin, okay? So, let's show you. I'll do a half face. And, of course, I don't have any pins. Hello. So, I'm just going to kind of pull this all back here. I've already done my eye makeup. That's why it looks kind of funny. So, I'm just going to try to do a half face to show y'all the 2 techniques that I use the most depending on what kind of coverage I want. So, first and foremost, this is called a buffer brush. You can see that the bristles on the brush are a little bit more stiff, but they're very soft. What you're going to do is you're going to take this, you're going to swirl a little bit of this in here, and you're just going to use small swirling motions, okay? Like I said, you just swirl. I'm not pulling or tugging at my skin. I'm letting the brush do the work for me. I'm not doing this, just small. This is going to give you, using a brush like this is going to give you like a, hi guys, hello. It's going to give you like a medium to light coverage. I have a lot of freckles. Some days I just slap and go, and this is my method of choice. It just gives us a really super light coverage. And you use, of course, you're going to use a lesser amount of product. If y'all have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments. So, you can already see, and I literally used probably like a toothpick size amount with the buffer brush. Now, this is the most common method that we use here. It is our blender. What sets our blender apart from the others is this is a latex-free blender. So the texture is a lot different than your normal blender bud. It's soft, and just the way that it feels and the way that the product is that goes on is just a little bit different. It's not like a smearing, but anyway, it's damp. Thank you, Kara. Hello, hello. I dampen this, so you're going to like squeeze it out underwater a few times. You know, let it soak up as much water, and then you're going to squeeze some of it out and kind of get it damp with a, wring it out a little bit with a paper towel. You're going to use a quarter turn like this, and you're just going to dab. Now, this is going to give you a maximum coverage, full coverage. And I'm just pressing that ever so gently into my skin. Can you see the difference in the coverage? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And it's lightweight, so it just sits on your face, on the top of your pores. It's not going to clog your pores, because it's not seeping down into your pores. It's just sitting right there on top. That's why it's very important to have a really good setting powder and setting spray so that it does not shift and move on you, okay? I think that's where a lot of people, some people have a love-hate relationship. They love the coverage of our foundation, but they don't like the way that it sits on their face. And I have to tell them that, one, it's probably a user error. So look at that. Beautiful coverage. A lot of times it's a user error because you're swiping or you're using way too much of the product because you're used to using that, a lot of your product to where you don't have to use. And that's it. I never once went back in. Anyway, dabbed it on. Dab and go, dab and go. Anyway, so here's a medium coverage with it. Medium to light coverage, and then you have your full coverage. And I don't have any concealer on or anything like that. So I'm going to go back over my face and do the full coverage like I normally do. These blender buds, I wanted to tell you the difference about your blender buds and your buffer brush really quick while I have you on here. When you use, if you have, depending on your skin type, that would be like what you would use. If you have severely dry skin or any type of skin, I should say, what am I going to try to say? Not skin issues, like pimples or a lot of dry, rough skin. Let's say that. If you have pimples that have a lot of scabs, which I can totally help you with that. We can get those to go away. Cystic acne, so I think that's what the word I'm trying to look for. You are going to want to use one of these blender buds and press your product down onto your face. If you use one of these, you're kind of like you're going basically exfoliating your face. So these are like really good for the summertime when you don't have that dry skin. So when you do this, it's actually like lifting up any type of skin imperfection. So just keep that in mind, that if you're having issues throughout the winter, then you grab your blender bud. If you don't have one, I'd be more than happy to show you ours and get you one in the mail because they're great. I'll pull that down my neck just a little bit so we don't have any lines. And that is it, ladies. I wanted to show y'all. That is our foundation. Y'all just remember, a little bit goes a long way. Let me throw some blush on real quick while I have y'all on here. I went with that really pretty Bare Metals palette this morning. I just used one color, this Gilded Lily right here, which now, y'all, you can get this by itself. You know, or you can get it in a collection, in a palette that comes with an eyeliner and a brush. If you want some more details about that, y'all, it's like $2 more right now because it was our holiday collection. And you could get the eyeliner and brush for $2 more. So, there's that. I'm just going to put on a little bit of blush. And y'all, I believe if you ask, it's the Chanel. This is one of my favorite pinks. It's Jersey. I was a Chanel girl before I found Limelight. I found Limelight because I couldn't afford Chanel anymore. I didn't want to pay $80 for, you know, my foundation and powder anymore. So that is how I found Limelight and the professional quality makeup. So I still like some of their colors. Now we're going to set it with a powder. Oh, if I sent you a sample of the foundation, it's going to come in one of those little metal tins. If you want to, you can scrape some of that out with a little scraper and put it on the back of the hand and warm it up that way so that you can get more in a more out of it. Also, I sent you a sample of our pressed powder. Your pressed powder is going to be what word am I looking for? It's going to be loose powder. But our pressed powder, it comes just like this. It's the same thing. I just choose to use that. It's a loose powder that we get a discount on our Alcone store. It's just easier for me to send out samples. So I use it. We're just going to set that. And then we're going to set it with the 10 years younger finishing spray. It is like hairspray for your face. I say that every time because it's literally what it is. It's like hairspray for your makeup. So, if you have any questions, that is it, ladies. I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments or hop over in my messenger and ask away. Let's chit chat. I love y'all. Bye.